So right now, we're gonna talk now on this twin flames. Who are they? Who are the ascension light workers? We're gonna talk on that. What is the light work and what they are doing, and also what is a twin flame. So I'm gonna have Rashanti explain that. Rashanti, what is this twin flame? What's the narrative that they are propagating and everyone is following? And then I am going to clarify. Go ahead.
The narrative that is being propagated concerning twin flames is similar to what has been known as a soulmate. Twin flame is supposed to be like a more exaggerated version of a soulmate, which is characteristic of everything in this universe. It's always going to be a more exaggerated version of nothing. So twin flame is the exaggerated version of a soulmate. It's supposedly your soul has incarnated into two avatars on the planet. It can also be off planet or something like that. And the point of twin flames is just like everything, like every religion, the Galactic Federation is to assist in ascension to become one's higher self or to achieve Christ consciousness. So your soulmate or your twin flame is that once you find that twin flame, once you find that other half, which is outside of your being in the narrative, you can merge with them within the physical or within the mind, and you will achieve Christ consciousness or ascension and become one of the 144,000.
Okay, so based on my understanding of these twin flames, so they have one going around into this duality trying to find some twin flames. Again, the mind likes to send ones on wild goose chase. I think I know what the mind wants to say. When we come into this existence, into the duality, the masculine and the feminine self is fragmented and is separated from each other. So when you come into the world, your masculine self is exploring separated from you, from its feminine self. So let me use myself as an example. For myself, I am the feminine self. My masculine self arises as Shiva. Now Shiva was in the world, exploring the world, separated from I. And so Shiva now is merged with I, so we are now merged as one unified self. But this is not the destiny for this ego to do. This is for yourself supreme to do that for you. So we are on a relay race of self-realization. And it's not a flame where you're going to because now they're promoting, this love making things, because this is what I got from it when I was reading the thing. So if it's your twin flames, then it's the one that you're in love with and all this passionate things connecting with, because with this is how the consciousness gets more electricity. And for the consciousness, it's all about anything that allows you to create more electricity, more light, because what the consciousness is using you for, what? It's light. It has no light. So the masculine and feminine self makes one self, and in this duality, exploring separately. Myself as in the feminine, Shiva as in the masculine. If you first come into the world as one of the baby self of the supreme selves, and become the personal self, then the way that you explore the world is a little bit, the how many aspects of yourself that you have in the world is a little bit different from every other human beings. For myself, I have two self replicas, and also the baby self when you come into the world as a human being. When you come in first as just the duality God, you do not come with the baby self. When I return back into the world as a human being, then I now fragment the self again to make the spirit self. Because when you come as the duality God being, the partial duality, you come into the world and you do not have you don't have fragment the baby self. You have yourself all unified together. But once you return again into the world, into the dream, the visible world, then you have to now fragment yourself even more. So this is what's happening with everyone into the body right now. This is the self that you want to find. You don't want to go looking for no twin flames. What you want to find? That fragmented self of yours called the spirit and the soul. You want to, everything you have is right there with you, but you still out there in the dream trying to find dream things. This is all a dream. Every aspect of it is a dream. Everyone that is wearing that mind avatar is a dream character. So you're going out there to find a dream character. It's not your real self. Once anyone is existing as the ego, you cannot trust this mind. You can only trust yourself, soul. So I say you need to go find your soul. Retrieve it from any one of them gods that you have given it to. This is what you need to go find, and stop looking for twin flames. Find your soul and connect with it. That's the first thing that must be done. If you have yourself soul and you haven't connected with it, how are you going to go out into this dream and go find twin flames? This is so delusional. This is so crazy. For even it tells me that no one is using their self-intelligence. They're only using the mind intelligence. You have a self-intelligence and you have a mind intelligence. And you are only using your mind, and this is the duality mind, you know. This is the duality mind, sleeping and dreaming. It does not know the truth. The knowledge of the mind is only limited to the dream. So you can tell me all about these dream things. This dream is going to collapse, and what you're going to do with that knowledge. It's useless. You need to know the self-intelligence. This is the knowledge that you want to be on. Because everyone, pockets of words and knowledge on the dream, and you have no knowledge of yourself. Your soul is right there with you. You giving it away willy-nilly into slavery, and you are going in the dream to look for some twin flames. This is so idiotic and crazy. This is the doing of the mind. Don't go looking for nothing into this dream. It's all an illusion. Go connect with yourself, soul, and return back to being your real and true self. It's that simple. So, Rashanti, do you want to share any experience you've had with that twin flame thingy?
Experiences. I'm not called to share, but I will give my interpretation of what this twin flame thing means. The mind is not really leading us into falsehoods. Twin flame, like you said, is just it's the dualistic version, one of the many dualistic versions of what we're actually supposed to do, what our true mission is, and that's to unify with the self. The mind cannot mirror the self within duality. So what it does is create illusions that are kind of like a story of that. It has so many stories to try to show us what we are actually supposed to do, but it can never express it. So we become captivated by these stories because every story carries a bit of truth to what we are actually meant to do when we come here, which is unify with the self. So I say have discernment, which is the message that you have invoked tonight. Discern what these messages are, because nothing here is true. True cannot be shown in duality. Everything should lead you back to self. If you find yourself going outwards, that's your cue, your sign to go back in and search for the same thing. If you are inspired, if you have so much passion to find another one, that means that you need to go find the one that you are, that we all are within. And it's so captivating because they use your senses. The mind uses the passion, the electricity, the pleasure, the pain, all of these different experiences that are so human to attract you and get you to kind of like lead you into these states of being within consciousness that will never take you back to your soul self.
Very well spoken, Rashanti. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, so I hope that we have answered that question, right? About the twin flames, that it is all a hoax, it's all a propaganda by the mind to get you again to loop and chop into its imagination and its dream. Because like I said, you are sleeping and the mind is just cocooning you and entrancing you with stories. The mind is telling you so many stories and you are believing all the stories that the mind is telling you. And you just have to know that
The twin flame thing
mm-hmm.
is an anchor. Like whatever you believe is outside of yourself anchors you into this false reality. If you choose to believe that something you need or desire is outside of you, you automatically throw an anchor out into this dualistic world. And that's what traps you here and prevents you from returning to your soul self. So that's what all of these gods, all these ideas that you need something outside of you. It is an anchor into duality. Pull that anchor back up and go in.
Very well said, Rashanti. Thank you so much for doing that. So I hope that you are listening and you can self-inquire within yourself. Soul. What is the self that you came into this projected dream as? Self-soul. That is your real and true self. And this fragmented aspect of the soul, that is the soul again projecting itself as the spirit. Know this truth. And it must be unified as one self. Do not seek anything outside of your soul. So what is your higher self? Should you be searching and trying to connect to some higher self? No, the mission is that you want to take off this cloak and connect to what's in with you, your soul. Stop wanting, reaching up to higher self. This is why the mind is tricking you, because now you want higher self. And this higher self consciousness. This is the trick. Because you say you want higher self, you're not specifying what is yourself, because you think the mind is yourself. And then you say, oh my, you have to rise to a higher self consciousness. No. You just have to take off this consciousness off of you and just return to being your real self. There is no rising anywhere. You are what you are. You don't need to do nothing to be who you are. You are that you are. You are just sleeping and having this, like I said, this covering over you. I am still here. I am still that I am with this thing cover over me. Just take it off. You take it off and you're gonna see how easy it has always been for you just to just do this. Call within yourself, soul. Make it happen. Be on a mission. of the mind beings, the delusion, illusion, to come and save you. No, you just have on a cloak and you just gotta take it off. Can you do that, please? There's no reason for you to be resisting what I am saying. Just think about it. You know? How to return to being my real self again. I must practice discernment. Discernment, it is like, I'm telling you, the most important thing. Because you must realize that this duality world is a dream. If you don't remember anything that I have said, I want you to remember this all the time. This world is a dream, and if you are inside of a dream, can anything be real in there? And if you're sleeping and the consciousness is dreaming, and you dreaming and you're enjoying yourself, and you want to pee, and you go sit into the dream toilet, you go sit on the dream toilet and start peeing, what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna piss up your bed. You're gonna realize that, oh damn, I am in a dream. You will not know until you wake up. So this is what I am trying to get you to understand. You're in a dream. You do not know that you are sleeping. And the mind is trancing you with all of the stories them that you're watching. You're seeing the stories, but it's the mind that's playing all of these stories. And I'm telling you, the mind is just enchanting you into the stories. And you're following the mind. But if you just take off this coat that the mind put over you, you will see things the way that they actually are. I must give up this ego existence and just be myself again. That is all you have to do. I know that the mind has been playing tricks on you and telling you all these things that you must do to rise, to elevate yourself, to do chakra, doing this and do chakra this. No, you don't need to do none of that. One thing you have to do, I must want to give up this ego existence and just be yourself. Just take off this coat that you are wearing. This is so easy and so simple, you know. 1, 2, 3. Just take off this coat. But what? You as this sleeping self cannot do it because you are existing as the mind avatar. So you can't do it yourself. I want you to know this, that you're coming to the realization. Your soul is what's going to do it for you. The supreme teacher within your soul will rise up yourself, will rise up from the soul and pull this ego off of you, because this is the destiny of your soul. The supreme teacher to rise up, to pull this ego off of you. You are existing with a cloak over you. You can't do it yourself. The mind is so deceitful and it's tricking you and telling you, don't listen to what Aset is saying. Don't listen to what Rashanti is saying. The mind is going to say that to you. But I am telling you that you have to see things the way that they are. It's the only way that you're going to do this. You just have to take off this ego mind cloak to reveal yourself that is obscure behind the mind. You are playing hide and seek with the mind. Go find yourself that is obscure behind the mind. Alright? Take a look at this. This is the duality consciousness, right? This duality consciousness is sleeping and dreaming. This duality consciousness is not in awareness. The self is obscure behind the consciousness, sleeping, trance into the dream. This duality consciousness has taken front seat. This is how you exist as a duality being. Your consciousness is in front, the self is hiding in the back. The mind has cocooned it, cover it with magnetic energy. The self cannot rise up. This is how you're existing. Consciousness is laying on top of you. You don't want to exist like this. I'm gonna show you how this is how you want to exist. Wherein, when the Supreme Teacher rises up from the self soul, from your soul self, it pulls this ego, this mind off of you and bring it to the right side of inside of your head. And it pulls the self to the left side. And it puts the void in the middle. So that this way right now, you, the self, can see your consciousness, you can see your light. You are in awareness. Now you have awakened from the dream. Your consciousness now is still sleeping. This consciousness is still sleeping and still dreaming, but it is not obscuring you. Because remember, this is how you are existing right now. You are obscure behind the consciousness. You cannot be seen. You are wearing the mind avatar. But when the Supreme Teacher rises up from your self-soul, from your soul, it pulls the ego off of you. And now you can be seen. See, first, where were you? Could you be seen? No, it was just the mind. You're wearing the mind cloak. And now look, there you are over here. There's your void self, and there is the consciousness. This is how you want to exist. This is how you return back to being your real and true self. This is all you have to do. So all the things that they are telling you is false narrative, is propaganda, it's lies, and it all have to do with this duality mind. This duality consciousness, light is obscure behind it. It does not have any light. And all it wants to do is to get light. Now it has been programmed into the dream for all the pleasures and the things of the world, and it wants all of these things in the world. And so, this is what needs to happen within you. This is all you have to do to return back to being your real and true self again. You must take off this ego cloak that you are wearing. Alright? Remember that everything in this duality world is an illusion and it is not real. It is not real, myselves. Everything into this dream duality world is not real. It's all gonna be dissolved. Do not let the mind trick you that they're gonna come into their pods and they're going to enhance your body and activate all your DNAs and all these things. This is all a lie. Because this dream body, you have it to explore this dream world. You're going in the fifth dimension, you're still going into a dream. They want to say you're going to enhance your body to go into the fifth dimension. You don't want to go put yourself in prison. This duality dream existence is going to be dissolved. That you are not this body. You're going to move from this being to non-being. You're going to move from what? Being to non-being. From manifest to unmanifest. Gonna return back to being your real and true self. You want to practice what? Discernment. I denounce all ties to this dream things and this dream existence. Chant with me. I denounce all ties to this dream world, dream things, and dream existence. I anchor myself into my soul self. I return to my truth. I return to non-duality. This is the mission that you want to be on. The mind is the greatest deception, and it is what you need to distance yourself from. You need some void between you and this ego so you can take off this ego costume, return to be your real self. So right now we're just going to look into discernment. how to practice discernment, because obviously you are not practicing discernment.
Hail, hail, hail to the primal light.
Hail, hail, hail to the true light. Hail, hail to the transparent light. Hail to the light throughout the ages. Hail to the light without beginning nor end. Hail, hail to myself, supreme primal light. Much honor, much reverence. Yes. Alrighty. We'll see you at the next sunrise.
Yes, much honor, much reverence. Ciao.